We're Coach Greg Dolhon here at Arcaro Genell, the pizza capital of the world. And Greg, what a year it was for North Pocono Trojans. I know you're really proud of what happened this season with your guys on the field, off the field, and the whole community.
Yeah, so happy. You know how I feel, John. I just love these kids, the kids that are here today with us. Tremendous assets to our community. Great kids, great football players, you know, and they're going to be missed tremendously. But what a year to remember at North Pocono. And these kids made it happen. I mean, it's our players and all the great players that we have. And the four of them that are here today are four of them. We have a lot of them. And so I'm just so happy to be a part of it, so happy to be a part of the program in the high school. I can't say enough. I keep on saying community, and I'm so proud and I'm so happy, but there's the only words I can use to describe how I feel.
You and I talked before the season. You said, you know what, I think this could be the year, but we got to go prove it.
Yeah.
And you guys did prove it. It wasn't easy. Let's start, in week one and then week two, and you had different challenges every week.
Yeah, I think we played one of the tougher schedules in the area. I think so. I mean, who we played and where they went on to play, and in Abington and schools like that, they're winning district titles, and we're DV, we're playing everybody. So I thought we could be in the game. I thought we could win it. I thought we could win it at home with the new turf, and it happened to be Berwick, who 25 years later, right? We thought that. I told the kids early in the year, I think we're going to play Berwick for a district title at home, and we did. And we won it. So just a dream come true to be part of it and to see our kids celebrate and be part of that night. One of the greatest football nights of my life. I'll never forget it.
You've been around football so long, as you said, and being the guy kind of in charge of the whole thing, but the staff and what the kids were able to do.
Yeah.
It was a process. Talk about the process, what it was like year after year.
Sure, it's a 5-year process, right? We got there and had lost some games in a row, and then we continued that, and then we kept on building. We're building with young kids, and then from 0-10 to 2-8 to 4-6 to 5-5 to a district title. It takes a community to build a program. It really takes good football players, right? Let's not fool ourselves. We need good football players, and we have a bunch of them. But it takes a community to help that football team mature and the program mature, and they were so good to us from day one. So, it has been a great process. To see it build to this, it's just been a dream come true.
Let's start with the offensive line and Matt Slagus, the job that he was able to do with a core of guys around him that really did a fabulous job.
Yeah, our offensive line at the end of the year with David Kessler and Matt Caputo and Slade, and our young tackle, Chase Hinton, and then Andrew Williams played a great part, and Andy Rinker was there, and Jason Metzger got hurt. So we had to put some guys in. We have some good kids coming back too, but those seniors, he was a beast at the end. Matt Slagus was a beast on the end. David Kessler played a great left guard for us, and Andrew Williams came off an injury, 6'2.5", about 270, and started playing good football for us. And that was really key once we got into the playoffs. We had a kid hurt on a Thursday before the playoff game, and Andrew started at right guard and really was a beast in the playoffs. So our offensive line carried us, and they have the same guys that played the defensive line, right? So our offensive line and defensive line carried us in the playoffs. Did a great job.
Talk a little bit about each of these guys, but I think if you say, hey, we want to build a team, you build a team maybe around a kid like Tyler Musgrave, who brings you a lot of leadership, do it on the offensive side, the defensive side, and play wherever you ask him to play.
Yeah, 4 years, 4 years we took him up as a freshman and took some bumps and bruises and took a beating a little bit and played against the great Old Forge teams in this town, and they were physical. And he took those beatings, and he just kept on getting better and bigger and stronger every year. Got in the weight room, great track kid, wonderful kid in the classroom, great kid overall. And he was our leader, one of our leaders, and makes 13 tackles a game, runs for 800 yards and 10 touchdowns. Hard to replace, but he was one of our great leaders on the team and one of the guys that really, carried the bell for us for this victory.
Ben Dial, defensively, was a stud, but special teams-wise, I think I said, I saw you 3 games this year every time he made the tackle on the kickoff, but here's a senior guy, but running down on kickoffs, making that's a special kid.
John, every week our coaches would be in a meeting. We got to take Ben Dial off of kickoffs and punts, and I'm like, you guys are not watching film then, because he makes every tackle. He makes almost every tackle on special teams, running down recklessly, making every tackle, and busting my coaches. I'm like, how can we take him off? As you see in limited time. And then defensively, 10, 12 tackles, batted bound pass, blocks a punt, recovers a fumble. Really the heartbeat of our defense over there with Tyler, 2 kids that just played tremendous for us on the defensive side of the ball. And he was everywhere. Every game we played, he was everywhere. And obviously that play in this game, a guy breaks down the sidelines and we're losing. And the game is somewhat out of reach, and he just chases the guy down all the way from behind, and then we stop. We stopped him. And I think that really categorizes what he is as a player. He never gives up, never stops, and made those great plays all year long.
If there's an award for breakout player of the year, Matt Craig has it without a doubt.
I mean, the great kids I'm talking about, the Slagus and the Musgraves and the Dials, but how could you have a better year than Matt Craig? 27 touchdowns, 1,500 yards, 4 interceptions, physical presence on defense, returns punts, returns kicks. I mean, that's why we were 10-4 and won a district title, because we have many of those kids. But I told it to everybody, if there's a better football player in the area than Matt Craig, I want to see it. I want to see that kid on tape. And we have 3 or 4 of them sitting in this dining room with us, right? So just a great breakout year, and has tremendous talent with his work ethic. And he's sculpted. I mean, if you see Matt in the weight room, you see the way he lifts. He became this because of how hard he worked in the weight room,
So many great coaches in the area, and I'm sure you got to feel a little bit of that when you do win the district championship and have some of those conversations and coaches congratulating you and saying, hey, you guys did it. It's a great feeling.
It's been a whirlwind, John. I've had so many people text me after the district championship game. I had 84 texts. A lot of them are busting me about the way I looked in the paper, jumping up and down, but a lot of them were just to congratulate me. And it's been a long road, and a lot of guys know how much I love the game of football and how much I love these kids in North Pocono. So they were very happy for us. And I can't say how grateful I am to them, but all the phone calls and all the texts, what it really did was humble me and tell me that you're hard working, you have good people around you, and you keep on working hard.
Congratulations, Coach.
Yeah, John, thank you so much.
All right, we're with Matt Craig from North Pocono, and Matt, what a year. Talk about could you have dreamed it went any better for you personally? We'll talk about the team in a little bit, but personally for you, could it have gone any better?
No, it's always been a dream of mine to grow up and win a title. And we worked really hard this year, put in lots of work. I love every single one of the guys, and we got the district championship.
Talk about what you found out about yourself this year.
I found out about myself, these guys bring out the best of me, and it makes every single moment a lot better.
Well, some of those highlights you had, chicken wing carries where you're kind of putting the one hand down, you're spinning around, you're breaking through some tackles, you're sprinting for 85 yards. Talk about some of those plays. Those are things that I think we all as kids, we think about in our mind, but then you got to go actually out there and do it.
Oh, yeah, they look great on TV and everything, but I couldn't do it without the other 10 players on the field, so I thank them.
Let's talk a little bit about your work ethic. What did you do over the last year that really kind of put you in the level you were at?
I think I worked really hard in the weight room, and I just trained. I do track. That helps me get faster, and I think that played a big role in this season.
Talk about that relationship you have with Tyler in the backfield, and of course on the track as well.
Yeah, no, we have a really close relationship. We've been best friends since we were younger, and it's awesome to play with them.
How about your teammates? I know we got 4 guys here representing you guys, but there's so many other guys that you could kind of say, man, Matt did this, or this guy did this. Tell us about a few guys that really were special to you this year that you thought really stepped up.
I think a couple of the younger kids are really special. J.C. Gahan, Brett Butler, Michael Kowalski. They really put in lots of work in the weight room practice, and I love playing with those guys.
Talk about a kid like Kowalski. Not real tall, tough as nails, could pretty much cover anybody. He'd come up and hit you pretty good as well.
Yeah, no, he hit pretty hard. He's a good corner.
And J.C. Gahan really fed off emotions.
He played the game really well. He still does. He's going to be a great player next year. For you,
does this, I don't know what you were thinking about before this football season. Does this make you think more about football, or you're still?
Yeah, I think I'd like to play in college.
As far as now and track season, what does Matt Craig do other than, I'm sure you're going to be in the weight room, but any other stuff you're going to be doing between now and then?
Just spending time with friends and just working out with them. I'm going to work out with Tyler, get ready for track season.
You go through the season this year. Take us through some of the memories you have, some of the big highlights of the big wins that you guys had.
Well, I think it started off with the new turf. First game of the season against Riverside. The whole community was there, and we just played off their emotion, and we won the game. That was a big moment of the season. Another one was when we beat DV. That was a huge win for us. And I can't even talk about the Berwick game. It's unbelievable.
How about the people in your life that are so special that you're able to share these special moments with this year?
Yeah, my parents, they really pushed me this year. I probably wouldn't, I don't know what I'd do without them. They just had so much confidence in me, and I love them.
Congratulations on a special year, Matt.
Thank you.
For you and your teammates there in North Pocono.
Thank you.
All right, we're Matt Slagus, and Matt, a special year for you on the football field. Talk about, as Coach Dolhon mentioned a little bit about that line kind of coming together. Fewer injuries in there. You seem to be one of the steadies to kind of be a leader.
Yeah, we had a really good year for the line, and all summer we were trying to work on it, and all summer our line coach, Coach Trimpag, was talking about that if we could do good, then our team will do good. And we really worked hard all summer in the weight room, and we were there trying to squat as much as we can. We squatted way more than we benched or anything to get our legs strong so we could drive people. And we just came together, and we knew that, like, especially, like, we just kept working, and that and even though, like, something like injuries delayed some side, like the right side of the line a little bit, that it was always the next guy up, and we had a lot of kids. We had depth in the lineman position, and that's a lot of that we haven't had the past couple of years. I know my sophomore year there wasn't one senior lineman, and like there was barely any linemen, and then this year we've had the most linemen, I think, on the team since I was there, and so that's a big deal, and especially like linemen that can play. And then so we had a lot of depth, and we had like room to if someone was hurt, we had someone to put in, and they did really well all year. So
Where'd you learn the bear hug? Because I'll tell you what, the last couple games you're bear hugging guys and throwing them around like rag dolls.
I'm just I just try to play physical and do my best, and especially this year, I think I got better at using my hands and be able to do things like that. So I think I just kept trying to build off things and get a little bit better. So
you guys are going to all move on different directions, and sad in one way because you have such close friendships, but you'll look back one day and say, man, we had a special year.
Yeah, it's special. It's definitely the best thing I could ask for senior year, and coming from 2 wins in a season to a district championship, it's awesome, and we just kept building up every year, and I think it was awesome, and I think this is something that we'll never forget and we'll always have to share with each other.
You talk about these friendships that you have. Talk about some of the tough times that you guys had to go through. Some of these years where the wins weren't necessarily there, although you felt like you're probably improving, but all kind of let up. I'm sure it's worth it, right?
Yeah, like especially freshman year, we only had 2 wins, and we kind of got used to losing. And then sophomore year, we won 2 more games, and then we felt a little bit better. And then last year we won 5 games, and we were trying to get better, and we knew that a lot of games we could have won, a lot of games were close, and we knew that we were getting to a team that can contend and play with a lot of really good teams. And then so it built up, and our confidence got better, and we knew starting the summer we didn't come to practice just to play for 10 weeks and then just go home. We knew that we could be better and play better, and then so that's why a lot of close games this year we were able to win. And we played with a lot of really good teams. So
football, you're going to leave it, and you're going to move on to do something else. How much have you given thought to that, saying, well, I played my last football game technically, I guess?
I think it's pretty sad to think about it. Football is a sport I really love and enjoy, and it sucks that I had to choose either football or track, and I chose track. And I'm gonna miss it a lot, and it's sad to think of that. I'm not gonna play it again, and so it was a hard decision to make. But
track and field is what's next for you, and talk about that recruiting process. And hey, you could have went down to where Sis was. You could have did your own thing, and there's probably a couple things in between all that. Tell us about what you decided and what the whole process was like.
It was. I didn't really know where I wanted to look at it all. I didn't really have any specific place at all, and I got some letters from Missouri, and I was thinking about that for a while. And then this starting summer, I was invited to a meet in Idaho, and I went there and I met A.G. Kruger, and because he was there throwing, because he up until this last summer he was still training because he's been to the Olympics 3 times. And then he got 4th at the Olympic trials this year, so he just missed going to the Olympics this year. And so I met him, and he was I didn't even know he was going to be there, and I met him, and he's like, I'm the coach at South Dakota University. And I was like, oh, cool. And then I didn't really think much of it. And then a week later, I just thought about it, and so I sent him an email and stuff, and I PR'd at that meet and threw the farthest I ever did, and he was able to see that. And I saw that he was a really cool guy, and I enjoyed spending the little time I did. So I emailed him, and then I went down for a visit, and I just fell in love with it, and I just enjoy the campus and everything. So that's pretty much, if I didn't go to that meet, I probably wouldn't have never thought of going there. So happy I did.
Well, interesting process, the way things work.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Congratulations, by
Thank
the
you.
way. And we wish you the best of luck, Matt.
Thank you.
All right, we're with Ben Dial here at Arcaro Genell, the pizza capital of the world. And Ben, special year, talked to all the guys, and just a great feeling to go through what you guys went through. But the rewards were pretty darn good. Talk about winning the district championship this season.
It was just great to see all the hard work that we put in all year pay off. Seeing the community come together, seeing the team come together, all our hard work, it's paid off at the end. We won the district title.
You're a grinder, man. You're the blue collar, punch the clock kind of guy, and making those tackles on special teams. Coach and I were talking a little bit about that. Talk about you being able to, hey, whatever coach asks, I'm going to do.
Yeah, I just have a real head nose to the ball. I want to get the ball, make the tackle. That's what our team does. We're gritty.
Let's talk about that defense this year and all the guys that helped you and Tyler make a lot of tackles. There's a lot of guys.
Yeah, up front they really just took on the blocks. We could just run to the ball. We just meshed really well. Just had good symmetry, and we just got there. 8 plays.
The weight room probably never stops for a guy like you. Talk about thinking about getting back in it now, and then trying to make your way for the next step for you, which I think you want to play some college football.
Yeah, just going to play in college. This weight room is really important. Coach Dolhon preaches it to us. Just got to get in there, get bigger. It just helps all year.
We talk about the recruiting process for you, and as far as what you're looking for in a school. Is it a school where you just want to say, hey, I want to play early. I want to go to a school where they have my major. What are some things that's kind of going through your mind right now?
Just a school that has my major that I'm looking for. Which is business. And then if I want to just play eventually and play early if I could, that'd be great.
As far as your family, I know they're into it.
Yeah.
Talking about that competitive spirit within the family itself that kind of put you in the position you're in, where things at home you're probably doing all kind of contests just to win.
Yeah, growing up with that, the competition all of my life just helped a lot. Pushes me, drives me to be better.
And talk about some of those guys. I know some of the other guys mentioned a few players this year. How about a handful of guys on your team that you could think of that you thought played pretty darn well for North Pocono?
I think the first one would be J.C. Gahn. He really stepped up and played defensive end for us. Just got off blocks really well. Andrew Williams, he got hurt early in the year, but he stepped up at the end and just played really well.
All right, well, we wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
All right, we're Tyler Musgrave here from North Pocono, and Tyler, special season for you. Let's talk about that backfield of yours. You and your teammate over there did pretty well.
Yeah, I can't be the back end without Craig, because Craig draws a lot of defense on film. You watch him, you see how explosive he is. So you kind of plan your defense and your game plan around Matt Craig, and then all of a sudden, he gets a little tired, and then they run trap, and I'm able to get chunky yards, and I really got to give that to Craig. All the effort that he puts in really draws out for me. I block for him, and then he blocks for me on belly or whatever it is. So we definitely have a really great mutual relationship between each other.
And of course, Coach Dolhon's been special to the North Pocono program. Talk about your relationship with Coach.
Well, as you know, Coach pulled me up 4 years ago, and what a man. I mean, the impact he's had not only on just our team, but the community for everything he's done. The donations he's made for the team, even for the community. Everything he preaches in our locker room for us is the community, and just what a man he is, to be able to bring those values and those traditions into the North Pocono football program that they were lacking before. It's definitely a great thing.
Yeah, the way he carries himself says some volumes about how he is as a coach. But you talk about the emotions this year. Take us through some of the emotions. Were there a couple downs at all this year? At times, West Scranton lost, although they were a talented team. On any given day, anybody could beat you. But a lot of ups, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we started off the season 5-0 with a couple big victories. A hot Scranton team before their quarterback got injured, and of course, a Del Val team. To beat one of them is always an accomplishment. Keith Summer does a great job up there, and then we take this loss to Valley View and to West Scranton, and we really looked at it as a way to make us tougher. We needed this loss to kind of bring our feet back on the ground. Instead of flying high in the sky, we definitely viewed it as a learning point. We watched film to see how we can't get beat, and a lot of the mistakes that happened in that game was us. It wasn't West Scranton beating us. It was us beating us. We made a lot of mistakes, and you gotta give that back credit. He's a great back. Just the cuts he makes, the athleticism he possesses. Great track runner as well. On track.
It'll be interesting to see you three on the track.
Yeah.
There'll be other guys, but just you three will be pretty interesting, right?
Yeah, it'll be a good season this year. But yeah, and then we go into the playoffs knowing our ship is burnt. We have nothing to go back to. we need to finish. We need to finish what we started all the way back in the season. And we go into a Crestwood game, you know, a team that has a lot of talent, hasn't put it on the field, but definitely has a lot of talent, and you got to play well against them. So we go and we beat them, and then we take it to Valley View, who we were praying for to get again, and what a great feeling to beat them, and then meet Berwick back up after the '91 championship. What an excellent way to end the season there with the district title, beating Berwick, you know, bring them back to home field. So a lot of ups and downs, but we looked at ours down more as vantage points than downs.
You talk about your academic career, something you really excel at. What are your first memories of saying, okay, you got to get your studies done now, make sure you do your homework? Think back to what were some of those first memories that you made sure your parents were on you?
Well, I didn't need to make sure. My mom was always on me. My mother is always grades first, you know. She threatens me with football, you know, you don't get grades up, you can't play football. So, I mean, I credit all my academic achievements to my mother. I mean, she really does everything for me, you know. She plans out college visits for me. She fills out forms, whatever you need to do. She's there for me, and she really pushes me, because I wouldn't be the student I am without her, because you know, as teenagers we get a little lazy sometimes.
Football's kind of going to help be a vehicle for you for that next level, because you're going to do some good academic stuff, but you'll probably play some football. When you're looking at making that choice, you know, when it's comfortable for you, when things kind of work out?
Yeah, you know, I'm just kind of feeling things out right now. I'm seeing which schools are interested, and you know, I have a fail-safe, of course. I really like the University of Rochester, and but I'm looking at Patriot Leagues to see if I get any money to play some football, you know, and help push me through my academic career, you know, pay for it a little bit, because you know, college is a little expensive. Not everyone has the money for it. So I really hope I get an opportunity to play the next level, and I'm sure I will. But you know, I pray every day that I can.
You guys are all going to go your separate ways. I mean, you got Slagus over there is headed to South Dakota, and Ben and Craig will decide to do what they do. So, but you guys will have a bond, I'm sure, and probably some good reunions every year or two to kind of relive everything.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, we all carpool together wherever we go. Slagus is my neighbor, and he doesn't have his license yet, so I take him everywhere he goes. And just the friendships that we made, you know, we've been playing together since we were just little kids this tall on the junior Trojans, and not only this year has the bond been made, but it's been made over the years, and it was really put a nice seal on it to end the year this year.
Congratulations, Tyler, on a district championship this year and a fabulous season.
Yep, thank you, I appreciate it.
Tyler Musgrave from the North Pocono Trojans here at Arcaro Genell, the pizza capital of the world.